69 of the fine art of distraction. Sorry guys, you knew I had to do some sort of character. But in all seriousness, this is actually a really special episode for me because I'm actually the host of probably the world's biggest art collaboration called Pourembrance Day. So Pourembrance Day is actually a wordplay on Remembrance Day. And Remembrance Day is a day where we actually get to remember and honour and pay respect to all our fallen soldiers that fought for our country. Now, I came up with this idea probably about 2 years ago because I've actually had family members that fought in both World War I and World War II, and just recently my cousin actually done 2 stints in Afghanistan. And I tell you what, when he was over there we were all quite nervous, but when he returned we were very happy. So you might notice around my neck I've got some medals here. So this one just here is actually from my great-great-grandfather on my dad's side, and this is from World War I when he fought in the Gallipoli part of the war. And these ones just here are actually from my great-great-grandfather on my mum's side when he fought in World War II. So as you can see, this collaboration is actually quite special to me. So basically what I asked from all the artists was for them to do their interpretation of a camouflage pour. It can be any sort of genre, any type, doesn't matter. As long as they choose the colours from a Defence Force uniform. So I'm actually using the colours from the Australian Army uniform, which is just here, and I'm basically going to be pouring over 3 huge canvases to do probably the biggest pour that I've ever done. Alrighty, so right before me was the amazing Kristen and Kayla from K&K Create. If you missed them, definitely do yourself a favour and check them out. And right after me is a good friend of mine, Lance Travis, from Pouring Together with Lance Travis. So definitely do yourself a favour and stick around to watch him. But also, this collaboration actually spreads out over a whole week, so there's plenty of entertainment for you to actually check out. Alright guys, now that I've sort of told you what I'm actually doing today and what the collaboration's all about, let's head over to the table and I'll show you what products I'm actually using, and then yeah, let's get into it. Thanks guys. Alrighty then, so here's all the products we're going to be using today, and as you can see here, I'm just using acrylic paints. The acrylic paints that I'm actually using is from Global Colours, and the colours are Green Light, White, Green Oxide, Raw Sienna, Fluoro Blue, Fluoro Orange, and Fluoro Green. Now, yes, I'm doing a camouflage pour, and using fluoro colours goes against everything that camouflage is. But I actually mixed these 3 here to make a really awesome khaki green, which actually illuminates under black light, which is pretty cool. So I actually combined green light, white, and a little bit of green oxide to do one of the colours. Green oxide on its own is another colour. Raw sienna is on its own, and then my fluoro khaki green is another colour. All of these acrylic paints have been mixed using the old Shelley art recipe, which is Torben's Easy Coat in neutral, and also Joe Sonia gloss varnish. Alrighty guys, now that I've shown you what products I'm going to be using, let's actually head to my parents' house and actually do the pour, because the pour that I'm actually going to be doing is way too big to do here in my little studio here. So, alright guys, so let's head over there now. Thanks guys.
Okay, so as you can see here, I'm using 3 canvases. There's a 36 by 36 inch on the center, and then I've got a 36 by 15 inch on either side, with a combined size of 36 by 66 inch. Wow, that's huge. That's actually the biggest one I've actually poured on. So I'm actually using these spring clamps to actually join these canvases together. Now, I can't remember where I actually saw it, but when I did see it, I thought to myself, When I do a multiple canvas pour, I'm actually going to definitely use that. So here I'm actually just making sure all my edges have got a coating of paint on it, just to be on the safe side. And now I'm doing a caterpillar pour. I think that's what it's called, a caterpillar, because it sort of looks like a caterpillar there, doesn't it? Alrighty, so now I'm actually just going to give it a bit of a tilt just to spread the paint out. And now I'm using my hairdryer to sort of also spread it out. I figured by using my hairdryer, I could get that little bit of a blend action going to it. And I think it actually turned out pretty well. What do you reckon? All right, guys, I'll leave it with you. I'll put some tunes on, and yeah, happy watching. You.
Now before we go on any further, what do we got to do? We got to wipe our bottoms. To. And look at these hands! You know I've done something good when my hands look like this. Yahoo!
Okay, so it's actually the following day now, and I'm actually really shocked because it's about 90% dry. I did actually have a fan over it all night to help the drying process, but I'm actually really happy with how it dried. There's absolutely no cracking at all. There was a couple of air bubbles, but hey, it still turned out really, really good. Now, it's actually not finished. It might look like it's finished now, but I'm actually about to do some embellishing. I'm actually going to be putting the Australian Army emblem on the centre there. So my original plan was to actually paint the Army logo on the centre of the canvas, but it actually turned out way harder than I thought it was going to. I did do a couple of rough copy drawings, and wow, what a fiddly piece it is. So what I actually ended up doing was actually drawing it on my iPad and then cutting it out using my Cricut Maker. And looking at it now, I'm actually glad I went down this avenue using the Cricut Maker, because as you can see, all of those lines, to get that perfect with a paintbrush, I would have had to have been a surgeon painter. Okay, so I'm going to put some music on now, and the music that I'm going to be playing is actually one of my old bands. Now, I'm a drummer, and I used to play the drums in a band called the Julius Set. And this particular song that I'm going to play is called I Am Legend. And it is absolutely so fitting for this collaboration. It just works so perfectly. So I hope you guys enjoy. As I said, this song is called I Am Legend from my old band, the Julius Set. Thank you.
Contemplate the mess. When will this battle end? For this lone soldier that I don't feel. It's all a fucking test. When will this battle end? For this lone soldier, this new world is on my side. Population, why you say you're sorry this time? You say you can't take the ache. You say you're scarred from head to toe, head to toe. It seems this lone soldier says too much. Every day just feels the same. 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 Pain is the illusion's game. Every day just feels the same. Pain is the illusion's game. You say you're sorry this time. You say you can't take the ache. You say you're scarred from head to toe, head to toe. It seems this lone soldier says too much. It seems this lone soldier says too much. It seems this lone soldier says too much.
I hope you guys liked hearing that one. I certainly loved playing it. And while it was playing, I was actually sort of putting myself in the position where if I was at war and everything felt the same every single day, like day in, day out, fighting over and over and sort of feeling like it's not getting anywhere. And feeling like you're the only soldier there. So I would have absolutely hated to be in any sort of war. So I certainly take my hat off to every single army, military, any Defence Force personnel that has served for our countries. You guys all are amazing people. Okay, so here I'm actually sort of configuring and redesigning the part that I need, because part of the design worked and it stuck on. So I had to sort of delete bits and pieces that I didn't need, because I didn't want to have to sort of print that out again and cut it out. So as you can see here, I'm just sort of weeding out all the bits, and as you can see, the design is quite different. There's no sort of crown and there's no Australian Army in it, because I already have that actually on the crest. So now I'm sort of just cutting out the excess, and now I'm putting the backing on it, or I've actually already put the backing on it. Now I'm just peeling the backing off, I should say, and now I'm sort of putting it on. And at this point, I'm like, I'm loving life, because this thing is actually coming together so well. How awesome does that look? I am so happy with how this thing turned out. Yoo-hoo! Alrighty guys, what do you reckon of this bad boy? Yeah!
thing turned out. Wow, this emblem, oh my golly gosh, that was so hard to put on. Wow! But how good does it look? Yahoo! By far, this is the biggest piece that I've done, hands down, and I'm so happy with it. Yahoo! I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you all so much for tuning in and watching me during this collaboration. And I'd also like to do a special thanks to each and every one of the artists that were involved in this collab. Wow, what a mammoth collab this has been. You! I hope you've all been having fun because I certainly have had a ball. I am noticing a couple of air bubbles, which I hope I can actually prick with like a pin or something like that and get rid of them. But apart from that, I absolutely love this thing. Yahoo! Just remember, straight after me is Lance Travis from Pouring Together with Lance Travis. So do yourself a favour and make sure you definitely check in straight after me. Alright guys, one more time, thank you so much for tuning in and watching me during this episode. I'll tell you what, I had so much fun, and if you had fun just like me and you like what you saw, please hit the like button for us. And if you're not yet subscribed, and you feel like subscribing to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, then hit the little dark bell. That'll actually indicate when I upload new videos. And if you think any of your friends or family might like to see how I created this amazingly awesome piece, please forward it on to them. I'd love for them to have a look at it as well. Alright guys, one more time, thank you so much for tuning in. And this is the fine art of distraction.